In this video, we're going to be talking all about soft tissue injuries, things like your ankle sprains. Now, you may have heard of the acronym RICE, which stands for rest, ice, compression, and elevation. I'm afraid most of that is going in the bin because we have a new acronym in town and it's all about peace and love. So peace is what you need to focus on for the first 3 days after the injury. So P stands for protection. You need to make sure you are not causing any more injury to that area that's been hurt. So you might need to rest and make sure you're not doing anything else that's going to cause it harm. E stands for elevation. So make sure you're using pillows or whatever it is to prop up that area. Try and get it higher than the heart. A, now this is the most surprising one. This is avoid anti-inflammatories and ice. So completely different to what we've been told before. So things like ibuprofen and adding ice can actually prevent the healing. And that's because the body is creating this inflammation to help the injury. So by using the anti-inflammatories and using ice, we're kind of going against the body's natural healing properties. So try and avoid that, certainly for the first 3 days. C is compression. So think about using elastic bandages or tape to try and help with any of the swelling. Just don't make it too tight. And E is education, because we just need to make sure we are all aware that rather than rush for any sort of magic cure, pay money for anything that's going to try and solve this problem within the first 3 days, just let nature do its thing, have a bit of a rest, and see what the body can do to help you heal. Then, from day 4 onwards, you want to be thinking about love. So L stands for load. Now this is all about how you, as soon as you can, from day 4 onwards, you want to be getting back to your normal activities, as long as the pain allows. So you might want to be thinking about kind of poking pain. Don't go and punch pain in the face, but you want to be trying to think about how you can get back to your normal activities. That's actually going to improve your healing. O stands for optimism, because studies show the more positive we can be about this and kind of confident, that actually helps the healing time. So let's trust that our bodies can actually help and heal this area. V stands for vascularization. Really what that means is we want to improve the blood flow to the area which has had the injury, because better blood flow means it will heal faster. And the easiest way to do that is by trying to choose kind of pain-free cardiovascular exercise, things like walking or cycling. So that's going to help the healing process as well. And E is actually exercise. So often people who have an injury aren't quite sure when they should get back to doing exercise, but from day 4 onwards, as much as your body will allow, listen to your pain, listen to your body, but exercise, trying to think about getting back strength, getting back mobility. The sooner you can do that, not only is it going to help the healing of your soft tissue injury, it's actually also going to prevent or help prevent further injuries in the future. Just remember, it can take about 6 to 12 weeks for any soft tissue injury to kind of completely heal. So we do need to also be patient, but using the kind of peace and love can certainly help speed up the process. And also just be aware, obviously, if you've got kind of like really severe pain, if the area looks deformed, or you're really struggling, then obviously do seek some healthcare support. So I hope you found that really helpful. Pass that on with anyone else who may find it useful. I'm Dr. Sophie GP. Check out my other videos if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on my next video.